Well, hey there, all you rockaholics and CGCM Rock Radio faithful. Welcome into yet another edition of Rock Talk right here with YouTube. My name is Bob Bannister. And before we get going, just a reminder, click that like and subscribe button. Help us grow. You never know who you're going to run into on Rock Talk anyway. So this time around, I've got a five-piece band from Australia. Surprise, surprise. They've got a brand new album coming out in November. We had a great talk. And you know, the funny thing is, before we went into the interview, I joked around and I said, hey, guys, this is the meeting of the Hat and Glasses Club. I'm just going to leave that there. And then as we wrapped it up, I reiterated off camera, hey, guys, thanks for the great meeting of the Hat and Glasses Club. So it was a whole lot of fun. These guys are great. They've got a brand new album coming out in November. We've already heard them on the CGCM Rock Radio Top 20 Countdown. Hopefully when they get some new stuff out from their new album, it will go on the countdown as well. Remember, you can write stuff in as well. So what do you say? We step into the CGCM Rock Radio Rock Talk studio and have a chat with the Australian band Incomplete. And look at all these smiling faces. We've got a bunch of people with us here today on this edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio. We have got the band, or most of the band, Incomplete. We've got an incomplete version of Incomplete. Let's go around the horn and do introductions here, guys.
My name's Jamie. I play guitar and sing and make bits of noise.
Next.
Mark, I play guitar and I do the oohs and the ahs in the background.
And finally.
And my name's Ethan. I play bass and occasionally they let me near the microphone.
Just occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we're not looking. When we're not looking, he sneaks in and we go, oh, that was in tune. Stay at the mic.
We've got several people at the radio station like that. Hey, just stay away from the microphone. So, guys,
the only one we're missing is Pete, the drummer. So right. Pete's our drummer. He also sings as well, but unfortunately, he's unable to make it at the moment.
Okay,
cricket.
I think he's trying to get in at the moment. He says still waiting, but
right. Okay.
Well, if he comes in, the more the merrier. So why don't you guys give us the story of Incomplete for listeners that may not be too familiar with your band yet?
Well, we started about 10 years ago. It was sort of myself and Peter, actually. We were sort of getting to a stage where we think it was either now or never. Like we played in bands for years, but then in and out of bands. So we decided we start up again, and we had another guitar player and a bass player, and then that guitar player left, and that's when Mark joined. Mark would have joined probably 10 years ago, very close to now, actually. And we hadn't done any gigs then, and then we did a few gigs. The bass player left. We had another bass player for a while, for quite a while, actually. I think the previous guy was in the band for about 5-6 years. But then he left. Just life got in the way, and he went off and did that, and we'd known Ethan through other bands, and so Ethan joined us about be almost 3 years ago now. So in fact, it probably is 3 years. I think we're very close. So yeah, we sort of started out really as just with some ideas for songs and mostly stuff that I'd written writing for years, and then it's just sort of evolved from there. Really, our sound has changed. It changed a bit when Mark joined. It changed a bit again when Brian, the previous bass player, joined, and then it changed again when Ethan played. And when I say changed, it just evolved. Like we were playing a lot of sort of 90s style punk, particularly Bad Religion influenced, Pennywise style stuff early on, which we still play and love. But then we sort of started getting into more rock type stuff. The bands like things like Clutch and bands like that, which and of course our backgrounds are punk, heavy metal, hard rock, alternative slash grunge, if that's I don't like that term, but it's a term. So we all have those kind of backgrounds, and of course every now and again, our songs will reflect sort of those influences.
Like your current one, Hillbilly Heaven. What's the story
Yeah,
behind
very
that
much so. Yeah. So that, I mean, that is very. You would say that's definitely not a. I mean, I wouldn't call that a punk song, but it's definitely a hard rock, blues-based hard rock kind of song with a real kind of Southern American kind of feel to it. But it's also, in a way, pretty Aussie too. So, yeah. So, and that's another one that, look, if Ethan wasn't in the band, that song would probably never have been written, because he had most of the riffs for that song, and yeah, when he came in and we put it together and turned into what it is.
So how do you approach
Yeah, that was
songwriting?
a song.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, that was a song that I probably written in my bedroom a fair few years before I even joined the band, and it was something that sort of come up, and I pitched it to the band, and we ran with it from there, and yeah, it became its own thing.
So is that how you guys approach songwriting? Somebody comes up with an idea and then you bring it into the collective and go from there?
Yeah, pretty much. Occasionally, we'll come in with a song that's mostly finished, and usually that's me. I'll come in with a song that's got the words and the progression and stuff, and sometimes the finished song is not that different from what the original shitty tape demo thing I did at home is. But most of the time they are quite different, because then I'll start putting something through and somebody else will come up with an idea or a thought, or other times there'll be exactly as you said, someone has a few riffs in and an idea and puts it together and says, like, I really think this is pretty cool. I reckon we can use this, and someone else will say, well, hey, that'll fit something I've done, and you start piecing them together. So we've got about 4 or 5 different ways, I suppose, we write them. We haven't written too many songs as a jam as such. Probably in the second album we did a couple maybe, but most of the time it's because someone's come in with half a song or 2/3 of a song or something like that, or some ideas will go. Other times it'll be, hey, remember when we jammed on that part a few weeks ago and it went a bit like this? Well, I thought maybe this might add to that, and we start, and then all of a sudden, bang, you get a song. So, but I mean, I don't think any of us are. Well, I know that none of us are really overly precious about what we've written, what we've done outside. So, I've played in bands before where someone says, "Oh, no, that's how it is. It's my song, and that's how it's going to be." None of us are like that. The rest of us are like, well, hey, all of us have opinions, and we've all got pretty good musical backgrounds and influences. We should listen to them, because usually find that the collective sum of all that influence is a hell of a lot better than just one person's. So.
Right.
I think there's sort of no real room for feelings when you're sort of writing those songs. I mean, you need the feel of the song, but you got to take your own emotion out of it and listen to the collective, and because everyone wants to do their best to make it better.
I mean, look, sometimes there's times we've written songs, manipulated them, changed things around, moved a bit of this, that, and the other, and then gone back to the original one and gone, actually, it was better at the start. Other times we've done the whole, tried and done this and did that and so forth, and then come up with a conclusion that we're just polishing a turd and get rid of it. So, it's just about being honest and keeping the ego out of it, because there's no room for it. If that becomes a part of why the song's going to be there, or what, if that becomes a factor, then to be honest, I think that the end product suffers. So yeah, we do keep that away. It's like give us your opinion, tell me what you think.
It's just a matter of getting to that point where you go, okay, I've monkeyed with it enough, just leave it alone, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my wife's an artist and she does a lot of paintings, and a lot of times she'll be painting away, and I'll look at it and I'll go, that looks done. Like that's, and she goes, yeah, I think it is. And then 2 weeks later, she's there doing something else to it, and occasionally she's gone off stuff this and gets rid of it. So and that can happen with music too, and any art form. I think you can overdevelop it or over tweak it to a point where its rawer form is better.
Yeah, I've done that myself with, like, I do a lot of the production for our radio station and produce commercials and stuff like that. And I've sent it out to the guys and said, okay, here's the rough copy. And they're like, okay, just leave it alone. Don't touch it. And then I'll keep going back and they'll go, no, just go back to your original.
Yeah. I like that. And really, when you're playing it, and that's a good example, when you're doing that and you're playing with someone, like when we're playing a song for someone and they like that first one. I mean, it's that immediate reaction. That's what you want. That's what you're after as a creator. Is to have that impact on people. And if you get that impact from straight away, well then, hey, I'm not going to stuff with it. Then it gave me the impact I wanted, so leave it.
Mm-hmm. So have you guys got a new project on the way?
Well, I've got our album coming out. We've got to decide exactly what day. It'll definitely be in the next few weeks.
It's actually set this morning, 2nd of November.
Oh, you did set it this morning.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, you announce it then.
Well, yeah. So you've just got a world exclusive. So we're gonna release it on the 2nd of November, and so we can get it out at least 2 weeks before we do the album launch, so people can sing along to it. Get familiar with it, hopefully.
Very cool. Do we have a title for the album?
I'll let Pete explain that. Pete's drummer, he came up with the title. Fire away, Pete.
I think his microphone's on mute.
Oh.
Is it? Oh. Okay.
Because looks like it's frozen there.
No,
there he is.
Unmute your microphone.
Peter, can you hear us?
Bottom left.
Sausage fingers.
Audio.
Is this where we insert the drummer jokes?
Yeah. Oh,
he's lost it. Anyway,
yeah.
Like the name of the album is going to be called "Late to the Party," and we've done. Well, I'll say Mark has done a barrel of work in terms of the artwork and the design and of the cover and the booklet and everything else that goes with it. It's I'm a bit technically challenged when it comes to that kind of thing. He's done a fantastic amount of work on that. So you should see that coming out November the 2nd with all the information on that.
Very cool. Now, what can fans expect when they see Incomplete live? What's your live show like?
I'll go. It's generally, even though we're tickling myself, and not so much Ethan, he's a bit younger than us, but the rest of us, we're all sort of starting to move on a little bit in age. But there's a lot of energy, a lot of jumping around and getting into it, and we like to sort of one of my pet hates in particular as a punter going and watching bands and so forth is, well, two of the things that annoy me is, one is when bands turn their back to the audience and play to themselves. That I don't like that as a punter, and also too much chat between songs. You need to have a little bit of interaction with your crowd and a bit of a chat, and you certainly say, you show your appreciation to the venue and whoever else you need to. But with us, we just go bang, bang, bang. We'll play 3, 4, 5 songs in a row and just go bang, 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 and then we'll have we need a little break, have a drink, a bit of a chat to the audience, and then get back into it. And that's what we're all about. It's just sort of getting up there and I suppose just bringing in a sense of energy and fun to the gig, because the way we look at it is it's not our gig. We didn't pay to come in there. The people who are standing there watching us, they paid to come in. It's their gig.
Mm.
We're there to perform for them. We're not performing for us. We're performing music we like and that we wrote, but it's their show, and we've got to give them effectively what they paid for. You didn't come into
100% or nothing.
Play 4 songs in half an hour, and then chat around and then chat for 20 minutes. Come in to watch the band. So that's kind of what we're all about: is getting up there, getting it done, getting it loud, and sometimes fast, sometimes not so fast, but generally just loud and fast and high energy.
High energy. It's always high energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's got to be engaging. I mean, you know what it's like in this day and age where everybody's attention span is just sort of shrunk right the way down, and so if you don't get them early, but people just walk out. They'll just go, well, there's 5 bands on the bill. I don't like this one. I'll go outside and have a smoke, and I'll come back when they're done.
Right.
We don't want that. We want people to see the first song and stay for the last song. We want people to be walking past the outside and go, shit, that sounded all right. What's that? So that's kind of what we're about.
Now, one of our sponsors here at CGCM Rock Radio is Iron Maiden Trooper Beer. And everybody knows that Yannick, the third guitarist for Iron Maiden, is always the guy that's dropping his guitar, falling off the stage, or falling on his face. Have you guys had what we like to call a Yannick moment on stage?
Ooh. Once, many years ago, I pulled the cord out of my guitar. I pulled it out of the amp, just spinning around on stage. Doing that all of a sudden, because we've got 2 guitars, so at least I had something going on. But yeah, I remember just turning around and going, "What's happened? I've got no sound," and realised I pulled the amp out of the thing out of the stage. But I can't remember anybody falling off. I don't know, you guys, Mark or Ethan, have you had that?
No, just had equipment failure more than anything. Once had jumping around at a hotel, the head fell off the amp and broke a couple of valves, and then started smoking. Looked really rock and roll, but very expensive.
Yeah.
I've only incident real I can remember is I've got a bit more hair than the rest of the fellas, and I think it was with another band, but I flicked my hair over my head and it wrapped around the mic stand, and I'm in the middle of playing and trying to detangle my hair, and I had to get someone from the crowd to help me so I could continue playing. So that's probably
that is rock and roll, isn't it?
That's professional. Absolutely professional work.
Just as long as they didn't break out the scissors and cut you out.
Yeah.
No, that would have been gig over at that
point. So everybody that I talk to has at least one of these. You're driving down the road, you're listening to the radio, or you've got your iTunes on or your Spotify on, a song comes on, and instantaneously you go, damn, I wish I wrote that song. Let's go around the horn and you guys tell me what's your damn, I wish I wrote that song.
Oh, God, geez. I mean, how long have you got? There's plenty of songs I could say that about over the years. I suppose I've got to start thinking of favourite bands, I guess. We've been into lately. One song actually.
More recently for me, it would be Anything.
So go.
Oh, sorry, there's a delay here, so there was a gap, so I took it.
Okay.
For me, yeah, I don't know if Jamie was about to touch on the same thing, but it would be any song from the Death of Randy Fitzsimmons by the Hives. That album for me was great, top to bottom. Every time it comes on, I'm just like, yeah. Oh, I wish I wrote that. Oh, I wish I wrote that. Oh, it's a killer album.
It's funny.
Jamie and I went and saw them together recently. So.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that, and it was not only because I'd seen them, and when I saw them play the song live, I went, "Oh, geez, that was good." But that first song, "Bogus Operandi," off that album. I mean, on the album, it's fantastic. It's a great song, and it's a lot of fun to play. I just muck around at home playing it, but then live, watching them play it live, yeah, it's just, and it is simple. It's a really simple song, but simple songs done well. That's what it's all
That's all
about.
you need.
Yeah, Mark.
Oh, geez. Oh, yeah. So I second the Hives. But just really anything, every song I wish I wrote because I love so much music. It's hard to put your finger on it because I listen to so much different stuff every week. It'll just change backwards and forwards to really modern to dance. I mean, my Shazam list is not just a list of songs I like, it's movements inside songs that, little bits like a Shazam Major Lazer the other day. It's not a band I would normally listen to, but there's a section of the song that I really like, and so I'll listen to that because I dig it. Yeah, so it's hard to put my finger on what's because it just changes so regularly. It's like picking a child, your favorite child. It's hard.
Is your favorite child today? But not,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
until he or she does something, and now the other one's the favorite.
yeah.
All right. So somebody comes to you and says, guys, 5 songs that you have to have in your list, in your playlist for the rest of your careers. What's 5 songs that have to be in your set list? Mandatory.
I reckon
It could be covers or originals.
Yeah, look, I think, one song that we probably pretty much always have to play is Kurt Russell's The Man. It's a song that sort of people have really gravitated to. No, not only because, it's just a good rock and roll song, I suppose, but it's about Kurt Russell, and I think he's one of those guys that people tend to have grown up with watching, and he's not a particularly controversial person, and but he's made some great movies. So that one I reckon pretty much always people ask for. What do you guys reckon? Have you got any that?
Oh, everything's all right. I think it's always a cracker, and from the new album, which yet to be coming out, I think If You Don't Believe It's one of my favorites. There's so many. Yeah.
I think our second single off the album was it something I said is definitely a new crowd pleaser as well. I think everyone that I've showed that song to really likes it as well. So has fun to play. So
I think okay. Well, there's the 5 then, I suppose, because Hard Loving Man also off the new album. We've played it live a few times, and each time we've played that one live, I've had someone come up to me and say, "Oh, that song, that one that was number, whatever it was, the 3rd song you played, or the second last song you played, or whatever it was. What was that called? The Hard something rather." Now, I've had that a few times, so I think that's another one that we would probably have to play a fair bit. So, which is fine. We like
Very
them.
cool.
Particularly if they're new songs.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. I want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk. What's your website? What's your socials? So fans and new listeners can engage with you guys.
Well, we are on the usual socials like your Facebook, which is just Incomplete. I think it's Incomplete Band AUS, I think.
Yes.
I know that's what it is on Instagram.
It's got a green logo. It's a circle with incomplete. It's green.
Yeah, it's a bit of a.
Find it if you look funny, up. We've got a YouTube channel. It's got a lot of videos. Check out Kurt Russell's The Man. It's quite a cool video. You'll see what we're about. You'll see all the other stuff, and we've got a website, incompleteband.com. So if you go there, you can pretty much get a link to pretty much everything there. You can read all the lyrics, all the other albums. You can listen to the other albums. It's all there. It's and all the upcoming gigs, which I'll update later on today.
Very cool, guys. Thank you again for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
No,
you do.
Thanks,
Bob.
Thanks.
And I want to thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you again next time on Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio.